My first time at 23, a story I never thought I'd tell. I never really planned to talk about this part of my life. It's one of those memories that sits quietly in the background, awkward, exciting, confusing, and strangely unforgettable at the same time. This happened in October 2024. At that time, I was working in Chennai. Life was simple. Office, room, food, sleep, repeat. Like most people in their early 20s, I was figuring things out. Career, money, independence, and silently, the things nobody talks about openly, curiosity, loneliness, and physical desire. Diwali was coming, so I went back to my hometown. The moment I reached, everything slowed down. Familiar streets, family conversations, and that comfort you only feel when you're back where you grew up. One evening, I met an old friend. We were just sitting outside, talking about random things, jobs, relationships, the future. Somewhere in the middle of the conversation, he brought up something unexpected. "There's a brothel about 60 kilometers from here," he said casually. I laughed at first, thinking he was joking. But he wasn't. We were both still inexperienced, both curious, and both at that stage of life where you feel like you're missing out on things everyone else seems to have already lived. And then the conversation went deeper. We started talking about life, how fragile it is, how unpredictable. How some people leave this world without experiencing things they always wondered about. It wasn't just about desire. It was about curiosity, about stepping into the unknown. That night, we made a decision. Not a heroic one, not even a wise one. Just an impulsive, honest decision made by two young men trying to understand life. We took a bike and left. The ride itself felt longer than usual. The roads were quiet. My mind was racing. Excitement, nervousness, hesitation. I kept asking myself if I should turn back. But at the same time, something inside pushed me forward. After almost an hour, we reached. The place looked exactly like scenes you see in movies. Dim lighting, narrow stairs, people moving quietly, women sitting outside rooms, observing every person who entered. The atmosphere was overwhelming. One woman even grabbed my hand playfully, trying to pull me toward her room. I panicked and stepped away. My heart was beating fast. Everything felt unreal. For a few minutes, I just stood there, unsure what to do. Then I noticed her. She was sitting calmly near a doorway, not calling out, not trying to attract attention. Just watching people pass by. There was something confident and composed about her. I made eye contact. She didn't smile loudly or gesture. Just a simple look that said she understood why I was there. I walked toward her. We spoke briefly. Her voice was calm. No pressure, no rush. I told her it was my first time. She nodded, almost kindly, as if she had heard that 100 times before. We went upstairs. The room was simple, nothing fancy, just quiet. What I remember most isn't the act itself. It was the nervousness, the awkwardness, the fact that I didn't know what I was doing. She guided me gently, without judgment, without making it uncomfortable. It was quick, very quick, but the emotional rush was intense. Relief, embarrassment, excitement, disbelief, everything at once. When it was over, I got dressed almost immediately. I didn't know where to look or what to say. I just thanked her softly and walked out. The moment I stepped outside, I lit a cigarette. I don't even remember why. Maybe to calm myself. Maybe because it felt like a ritual moment, like I had just crossed a personal milestone. That cigarette felt different, not better, not worse, just meaningful. Like I was sitting with my thoughts, trying to process what just happened. On the ride back, neither me nor my friend spoke much. We just rode in silence, each lost in our own head. Days passed, and strangely, curiosity didn't disappear. It grew. After some time, we went again. This time, I wasn't as nervous. I observed more, thought more, tried to understand what I was feeling. It wasn't just physical anymore, it was psychological. Questions about connection, desire, loneliness, and the strange human need to feel wanted. That second experience felt different, less awkward, more aware. But it also made me realize something deeper. It wasn't just about the moment. It was about what happens after. You start asking yourself, was it just curiosity? Was it loneliness? Was it pressure? Or was it simply part of growing up? Over time, that memory stayed with me. Not as something dirty, not as something glorious either. Just real. A part of life that taught me how complicated human emotions are. How desire and confusion can exist together. How people search for connection in different ways. And how sometimes, the experiences we think will change everything, simply become quiet chapters in our story. Today, when I think back, I don't think